Hi guys, my name is Kelly and welcome to the Kel Construct, more specifically episode 2 of Finding My Way. As promised in the first video, which you can watch before or after this, I just hope it brings something to your life. But in episode 1, I did say I'm going to break down the guide that I made myself into figuring out my own formulation routine, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to say take 10,000 steps a day. I'm not going to say drink 3 liters of water. All I'm saying right now is this is what I did in order to find my own thing. And I do hope that through this guide you can also formulate your own thing into figuring out your own self. I feel like the journey is very unique. I feel like sometimes when you follow these challenges or these things that when you do struggle or when you fail based on personal circumstances, you don't notice on the time. But based on personal circumstance, you end up just feeling like you failed or you end up feeling really down about yourself. So for me, it was very important to take into consideration circumstances, take into consideration my own personal journey and not just the formula that someone else made to figuring your life out, But here I am, someone else, giving you not a formula, but I want to name it a guide, and I back it, I rate it. I've been living off it for 3 weeks, and it's worked out for me quite well. I'll go into detail about this at the end of the video, but right now I just want to give you the specific steps that I took. Please excuse me if I look down or to the side quite a bit. I just want to be on par with the notes and the steps, So step number 1 was research. Not research on a process, but more research on the goal. So I looked at this YouTuber named Lavender. I love her. Please subscribe, listen to her podcast. She's a great gal. So she has this video called Self-Love, and it was quite a great guide and just something that put my mind into perspective about what I'm trying to do. So I do recommend that you do that. Step 2 was meditation. It's very important that before you make any decisions about yourself, that you're in tune with yourself. Not in tune with what's outside, but more in tune with what's within or what you're trying to have within. So I found that very helpful. I found it very centering, and that's what made the process a lot more personal for me from the get-go. Yeah. Step number 3, I cleaned. I cleaned my space. I don't know how messy your spaces get, but to be honest, it doesn't take a lot of time to clean your space, but maybe it's because I'm a Virgo, maybe it's because I don't know, but cleaning my space really made me feel like, okay, I've attained something before I make this plan on attaining something. So that was a very good step for me. Step number 4, this is where it gets serious. Journal prompts. I got my journal prompts from Pinterest. You can get any journal prompts from Pinterest based on whatever you're looking for. But specifically, I used a journal prompt on self-love. And then I did a journal prompt on reflection. Just figure out where I'm at, what I need. And to put it into words, make it physical, not make it like a thought. Make it physical, be honest about what's going on in your life. Step number 5. This is where it gets extremely Kelly's process. In a journal or a book, whatever you have, make a list of every single thing that makes you happy. This is not about yourself necessarily, what makes me happy alone. Mention what makes you happy in totality. If it's a spicy Cajun burger from McDonald's, if it's hanging out with your boyfriend, list all of it. No matter what, don't judge yourself, just be honest. When I listed mine, I was very surprised to find that I had 37 things. But yeah, there are a lot of things that can make you happy. Go to as much detail as you can, go as wide as you can. Just be honest with yourself. No one else will see it but yourself. And step number 6 is that same list that you made. Cross out every single thing that is reliant on other people. Not everything that includes other people, but everything that if someone else wasn't there, it wasn't going to come to fruition. You get what I'm saying? That's what you need to do. It's a very important step. Like, cross it out, be honest with yourself. If you want to like still see it, write what makes you happy in like black, and then use like a colored pen or a highlighter to scratch out those things, so you can also reflect on them and you can change your mind if you want to. Number 7, write down what you like. This is now you look back at your entire life and you write down every single thing that you actually enjoy that you've neglected. For example, I wrote down writing. I used to write all the time like it was a religion, but it's something that I love, that I know that I've neglected in the past 3 years, So you write down all of the things that you've neglected, all of them, even if it's being kind, even if it's eating healthy, like all the things that you've neglected, list them down. Number 8, now you combine step number 7 and 5 together. Now you tabulate without the crossed out moments. You put together things that make you happy without people and the list of things that you've neglected. If you want to make it better and easier for yourself, mix it up. So like do 1, 1, 2, 2 kind of vibe, so that you're not too specific on, okay, this is from this step, this is from that step. Because if anything, it's very important to put these things together because both of them are important for your journey. And then take a colored pen, and on the right side of all the things that you've listed, number those things according to what is easiest. For example, drinking water is easier than running a 3K. No matter how much a 3K can make you happy or like anything like that, when you look at the list and you realize that, okay, this is easier, it kind of puts into perspective and gives yourself your own baby steps, because change doesn't come overnight. And it doesn't mean that you can't focus on running a 3K, but also means that if you do the 3 liters of water, that you're going to feel, just an example, I said I'm not going to tell you to do that, but you're going to feel like you're closer to what you're trying to achieve, without feeling like you slacked or you messed up. So list them in terms of what is easiest to what is hardest. And then with a different pen or just alongside the numbers that you've put, number the list according to what has the best benefits. Now this part just helps you with incentives. For example, as I'm sure you saw in the earlier video, I was so crusty and funny, and I mean, like, that's not my style. And I really have been quite strict with it. My nails aren't done, my toes aren't done, but I achieved something, and I did my lashes. And it's motivating me to achieve something else and do my nails, and that's just my own incentive that I've made for myself in this journey. But yeah, when you list what has the greatest reward, it also sets yourself into the space, into the right space that allows you to be motivated to go after the things that you want, 11, and this is where the issues that I had with challenges and stuff come into play. Be honest with yourself and list your obligations. If your obligations are taking care of your grandmother or going to your 9 to 5, you need to be honest about those things, because not that you can't do what you want to do if you're doing those things, but it gives yourself more grace and more understanding of yourself, and you're kinder to yourself when you realize that, the only reason why I didn't fulfill this thing that I wanted to try is because I had an obligation, an unwavering obligation. And you're allowed to have unwavering obligation. You just have to be honest with yourself about like where you're at and what it is that you really have to do. Not for yourself, but just in general. Like, we have to work. If you have a job, you have to work. If you have to look after someone, you have to look after someone. If you have to eat 3 times a day and your goal was to tie your teeth, which I do not recommend, then at least you've kind of looked at yourself and be like, okay, Kelly, but you have to do this. And maybe the 3-kilometer run that you want to take today comes into conflict with the fact that you were meant to go fetch your grandma from Swaziland. You know, just be honest with yourself and like give yourself grace. And then step number 12 is schedule. I stand by it. I think it has nothing to do with my star sign, even though it may. But like, if you don't have a monthly calendar or a weekly calendar or a daily to-do list, I do recommend that you get one. If you want to just not be too specific, get like a monthly calendar. You can get one at CNA. Like, it's very important to put the things that you want to achieve in perspective, even if it's not too specific. When you look up at your wall, you can be like, oh, okay, on the 15th I'm meant to be achieving this, which means that on the 11th I have to do this. And it gives you more motivation and more of a bigger picture of like what's supposed to go into what you're doing, right? And then for the final step, try it. The same steps where you are like, this is easiest, this has the best rewards, like apply that and focus on that. Like, not to a point where you feel like yeah, like, you know what I mean? I don't know what language I was speaking right now. But if you feel like it's choking you, or if you feel like it's just stopping you from doing a lot of things, but either way, just try it. And along the process of trying it, please be kind to yourself. Like, not everything is going to be perfect on the like first go. As much as I said in the first video that I want to be alone more, I did succeed at that. But I did go to my friend's birthday, I went to my friend's gig, and I didn't feel at the time that it was deterring me from the journey that I was taking. I was just being honest with the fact that like, I'm allowing myself grace, and out of the list of things that I crossed out in a colored pen that don't include me, it still may be important to me. So that's why you don't scratch it out completely. You still look at it, you just know what to focus on, you know? So yeah, I hope that guide helps you. But let me also just reflect and tell you guys about how I've been on my journey. So, as I just said, I did go out a couple of times, but even the couple of times that I went out, it was much less than I would before. And I found that the fact that I'm not hitting up my friends to like hang out on a Wednesday made it more fun for me to go to a friend's birthday on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even with the reward system that I told you guys about, how like I did my lashes, it made me feel more proud of the process that I'm in. I found that maybe it's by chance, maybe it's by the super moon, maybe it's by manifestation, but I really did find that a lot of the things that I was trying to achieve, not a lot, literally two of the things that I was trying to achieve in this process came to fruition. And I'm so proud of myself. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. But yeah, like I really have found the joy and the discipline, especially when it comes to rewarding myself. I just found that this process was quite exciting and useful in my life. So I really do hope that it's useful in your life. So yeah, let me know. I'm doing good. The next video you may see might be Finding My Way episode 3, but my birthday's coming up, so it may also be a birthday vlog that is quite not so, because I'm not trying to I'm not at the point yet where I'm secure or happy with myself enough that I want to spend my birthday alone. I do want to spend my birthday with my loved ones, so you may see that vlog next. And it's also part of affording yourself grace. Like, not every day you're gonna be at home reading an encyclopedia and learning Spanish. Like, the whole point of this is to be honest, give yourself grace, but also be intentional about the post that you're taking. Hence, I said if you want to be accountability partners, let's do that thing. Like, let's be on that. But yeah, happy August. Stream Renaissance today. Let me know in the comments if you got to this part of the video what your favorite song on Renaissance is. I realized I thought it was Pure Honey, but it's definitely America Has a Problem. 'Cause it can't get no higher than this. Yeah. I'll be relating to that. But yeah, I hope you're good. I love you. No, like dead ass, love you. Thank you. Please like my video, comment, subscribe. Take your mother's phone, subscribe. Take your granny's phone, guys, or download the YouTube, or subscribe it. Go the cow construct. But yeah, I'm here. I'm happy, and don't be afraid to reach out to me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Love you loads again, Toby. Yours in construction, Kelly Gamma.
On the mere physical level, your skills are now at the point of